rest your hands now. You have been holding on for so long that your body forgot what it feels like to loosen. Even when you lie down, even when your eyes are closed, your hands are still gripping something invisible. Control, responsibility, fear, hope mixed with worry. Tonight, you do not have to carry it. You do not have to keep everything together. While the world sleeps, I am here. You are safe enough to loosen your grip. I know how natural it feels to keep holding. You learned early that letting go could hurt, that if you did not stay alert, something important might be lost. So you stayed watchful, you stayed prepared, you stayed tense. Even in prayer, you hold on. You pray while gripping the outcome. You trust me, but keep one hand on the wheel. Not because you doubt my love, but because you are afraid of what might happen if you fully release control. Come closer. Let me speak to you gently tonight. You do not need to hold everything for it to remain safe. You do not need to manage every detail for it to be cared for. You do not need to stay strong for my presence to remain. I am not asking you to stop caring. I am not asking you to abandon responsibility. I am asking you to stop carrying what was never meant to live in your hands, that tension in your chest. You can set it down, that tightness behind your eyes. You do not have to keep it awake. That silent fear that something will fall apart if you relax. Let me hold that now. You have done enough for today. Some of the things you are holding are not problems to solve tonight. They are questions that do not need answers before morning. They are people whose choices you cannot control. They are futures that have not arrived yet. You are gripping tomorrow with today's strength, and it is exhausting you. Beloved, you are allowed to stop for a moment. The world will not collapse because you rest. Your life will not unravel because you loosen your hands. I am still here. When you release control, notice your breathing. You are not forcing it. You are not managing it. It comes and it goes without your effort. Let that remind you. Life continues, even when you are not holding it together. I know you are afraid of what you might feel if you stop holding on. Sometimes you grip, not because the weight is heavy, but because letting go might open a door to sadness you have been postponing. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. I'll be strong a little longer. I just need to get through this season. But seasons pass, and your hands remain clenched. Tonight, you do not have to process everything. You do not have to feel everything. You only need to release the effort of holding. Let me sit with you as you soften. There is nothing dangerous waiting underneath your grip. There is grief, yes. There is longing. There is disappointment you have not fully named, but none of it scares me. I have always known what lives inside you. You do not need to protect me from your pain. You do not need to stay composed to stay loved. Some of your exhaustion comes from carrying people in ways you were never meant to. You carry their expectations, their moods, their needs, their reactions. You replay conversations. You anticipate responses. You prepare explanations that may never be needed. And when things do not go well, you carry the blame. Beloved, put that down. You can care deeply without carrying everything. You can love fully without holding responsibility for outcomes you do not control. Tonight, release what does not belong to you. Release the need to keep everyone satisfied. Release the pressure to be enough for everyone. Release the belief that your worth depends on how well you hold things together. You are already enough, and you do not have to prove it by staying tense. I see how your mind keeps circling the same thoughts. What if this fails? What if I lose something important? What if I let go and regret it? Those questions feel urgent at night. But urgency is not truth. Fear speaks loudly. When the world is quiet, listen to my voice instead. Nothing you release tonight will be lost in my hands. Nothing you loosen will fall into chaos. I am not careless with what you entrust to me. I am gentle. I am faithful. I am present. You are not stepping into emptiness. When you let go, you are stepping into my care. If your body does not relax immediately, that is okay. Years of holding do not dissolve in a moment. Just allow a small release, a breath where you do not brace, a moment where you do not plan, a second where you do not prepare for what might go wrong. I am right here in that small space. You are not irresponsible for resting. You are not weak for loosening your grip. You are human, and I designed you to need rest. Some of the weight you feel is not yours. You picked it up because you care. But caring does not mean you must carry it alone. Let me take what your hands can no longer hold. I do not drop what you give me. I do not forget. I do not grow tired. I do not leave when things become complicated. You are allowed to stop gripping tonight, even if only a little, even if only for now. I will remain. I am not asking you to let go forever. I am asking you to let go tonight. Tomorrow will come with its own grace. For now, rest your hands. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let the night hold you instead of the other way around. I am here, and you do not have to hold it anymore. My beloved child, I know why your hands hesitate. It is not because you do not trust me. It is because you are afraid of what will be exposed when you stop holding on. There are things you grip, not because they give you peace, but because releasing them feels like stepping into the unknown. You tell yourself you are being responsible. You tell yourself you are being careful. But beneath that, there is fear. Fear that if you let go, you will lose something precious. Fear that if you release control, you will be left alone with pain you have been avoiding. Come closer. I am not here to judge that fear. I want to sit with it. With you. Some of what you are afraid to release is not a thing, but a man. The one who holds everything together. The one who stays strong. The one who does not fall apart. You learned that role when you had to, and it kept you going. It protected you. It helped you survive. But now, it is costing you rest. You are afraid that if you let go of that role, you will disappoint people. You will seem weak. You will lose the version of yourself others rely on. Listen to me gently. You are loved. Even when you are not strong, you are safe. Even when you do not hold everything together, I do not ask you to become careless. I ask you to become honest. Some of what you are holding is fear of loss. You are afraid that if you release your grip, something or someone will slip away forever. So you hold tighter. You replay conversations. You anticipate endings. You try to prevent pain before it happens. But fear cannot protect what you love. It only exhausts you. Nothing that is truly meant to remain will be lost because you rest. And nothing that must change can be saved by fear. You are afraid of emptiness, of the quiet that follows letting go, of the space where control used to live. You worry that if you stop gripping, there will be nothing there. But listen to me. You will not fall into emptiness. You will fall into my presence. That space you fear is not a void. It is room for me to hold you. Some of what you are afraid to release is hope. Hope that was disappointed. Hope that hurt when it did not come true. So you hold it tightly, not to dream again, but to keep it from breaking further. Beloved, hope does not need to be clenched to survive. It needs to be held gently. I can restore hope that has been bruised by waiting. You do not need to protect it alone. You are afraid that if you let go, you will feel grief. You have postponed. You kept moving. So, you would not feel it. You stayed busy. So, it would not catch you. At night, when the world grows quiet, it waits. I know. Grief feels like it will swallow you if you let it surface. But grief is not your enemy. It is love, looking for a place to rest. You do not have to face it alone. I will sit with you. If tears come, I will not rush them. I will not overwhelm you. You are not fragile in my presence. You are safe enough to feel. Some of what you are holding is guilt. Things you wish you had done differently. Words you wish you could take back. Moments you replay in your mind. You think holding on to guilt keeps you accountable. But guilt is not what transforms you. Grace is. You do not need to punish yourself to become better. I already see your heart. You are afraid that if you let go, you will lose control of the future. That life will move in ways you cannot predict. That uncertainty will overwhelm you. Beloved, control has never been your safety. My presence has. The future does not become safer because you grip it harder. It becomes gentler when you trust me with it. I am not asking you to step into darkness without guidance. I am asking you to stop pretending you can light the path alone. I go before you. I stand with you. I remain behind you. You are surrounded. Some fears are old. They were born in moments when you felt alone, unprotected, unseen. Those fears still whisper when you are tired. If you don't hold on, no one else will. Listen carefully now. That is not true anymore. I am here. You do not have to stay vigilant to stay safe. You do not have to be prepared for disaster to be protected. You are not back in those moments. You are here with me. Let me speak directly to the fear you are afraid to name. Nothing you release into my hands will be wasted. Nothing you entrust to me will be neglected. Nothing you loosen tonight will leave you abandoned. I am not asking you to let go because it is easy. I am asking you to let go because you are held. You do not have to push fear away. Just stop letting it decide. Allow yourself to rest, even while fear is still present. Courage does not mean fear disappears. It means you choose to loosen your grip anyway, even a little. I am patient with you. If all you can do tonight is acknowledge what scares you, that is enough. If all you can do is stop tightening your hands, that is enough. You are not behind in this journey. You are learning a new way of being held. I am right here. As you notice the fear, I am right here. As you breathe through it, I am right here. As you loosen just a little more, you are not losing yourself by letting go. You are returning to the place where you are cared for. Stay with me. We are not rushing. My beloved child, you do not have to throw it away. You do not have to push it off a cliff. You do not have to force yourself to move on. You do not have to convince your heart of anything. Just let it fall. You have been holding things with hands that are trembling, not because you are weak, but because you have been holding them for too long without rest. I am not asking you to open your hands all at once. Just loosen them just enough for the weight to shift. I am right here beneath it. Nothing will drop into emptiness. Nothing will disappear. Nothing will be lost. I am holding the space underneath your hands. You are afraid that if you let it fall, it will fall hard, that it will make noise, that it will break something, that it will hurt. But listen to me. My hands are steady. My hands are gentle. My hands do not shake. What feels heavy in you rests easily in me. You do not need to brace yourself. You do not need to watch closely to make sure I catch it. I already have. Some of the things you are releasing are things you never chose to carry. Responsibilities placed on you without your consent. Pain that arrived suddenly. Loss that changed your life. Without asking permission, you picked them up because someone had to. Tonight, you do not have to be that someone. Let it fall. That fear about the future, let it fall. That pressure to make the right decision, let it fall. That sadness you keep tucked away because you are afraid it will never end, let it fall. I am not overwhelmed by what overwhelms you. I am not confused by what confuses you. I am not threatened by what feels too big. You may feel your body resist, even now, muscles that do not want to relax, breath that stays shallow, a part of you saying, "Be careful, stay alert." That is okay. Your body learned survival before it learned rest. Speak gently to it now. You are safe. You are not alone. You are not responsible for holding everything tonight. I am here. You do not need to watch to make sure nothing goes wrong. I do not make mistakes. When I carry what you give me, some of what you are letting fall is your need to understand. You want reasons, explanations, clarity. You believe that if you understand, you will finally rest. But understanding is not what you need right now. You need peace, and peace does not come from having all the answers. It comes from being held, even without them. Let your questions fall into my hands. I am not offended by them. I will hold them until the time is right for answers. Some of what you are releasing is your need to fix. You see broken places, and your instinct is to repair them. People you love, situations you cannot change. You exhaust yourself, trying to heal what is not yours to heal. Beloved, put that down. You are not abandoning love by stepping back. You are making room for me to work where you cannot. Let it fall. You may feel a strange emptiness as you release, a quiet space where tension used to live. Do not be afraid of that space. It is not absence, it is rest. It is room for breath, room for gentleness, room for healing. You have been so used to wait. That lightness feels unfamiliar. Let yourself adjust. You are not floating away. You are being supported. I know part of you wonders if this release will last, if the weight will return. The moment you wake up, listen carefully. Even if it does, you're learning something new. You are learning that you can release again. You are learning that you do not have to grip forever. You are learning that my hands are always open. Tonight is not about perfection. It is about permission. Permission to rest. Permission to stop striving. Permission to trust without having to prove it. You are not failing by letting go. You are responding to my invitation. I am not standing far away, waiting to see if you do it correctly. I am right here close enough that you can feel my steadiness. Let your hands rest. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath deepen. without effort. Nothing bad is happening because you are not holding on. Something good is happening because you are finally allowing yourself to be held. You do not need to check on everything one last time. You do not need to rehearse tomorrow. You do not need to prepare for disappointment. This moment is not asking anything of you. It is giving you rest. I am carrying what you released. I am guarding what you entrusted. I am staying while you soften. If sleep comes, let it come. If thoughts fade, let them fade. If peace arrives quietly, do not analyze it. Receive it. You are safe enough to stop holding now, and I am not going anywhere. My beloved child, you are safe now, not because everything is solved, not because the future is clear, not because nothing difficult will ever come again. You are safe because you are not holding everything anymore. Feel how different this moment is. Your body is quieter. Your breath is slower. Your thoughts no longer need to stand guard. Nothing has fallen apart. Nothing bad has happened. Because you stopped gripping, the world did not collapse. Your life did not unravel. You did not disappear. You are still here, and so am I. This is what I wanted you to experience, not as an idea, not as a lesson, but as a felt truth. You are safe. Even when your hands are empty, you have spent so much of your life believing. That safety comes from control, from vigilance, from preparation, from staying one step ahead of pain. But control has always been exhausting you. Safety was never meant to come from your effort. It comes from my presence. Right now, notice how nothing is asking you to pick the weight back up. No voice saying, be careful. No urgency saying, don't relax too much. That quiet you feel is not laziness. It is trust beginning to take root. Trust does not shout. Trust does not rush. Trust feels like this, like a soft exhale, like unclenched hands, like a heart that is no longer bracing. You may still feel fear somewhere inside you. That is okay. Fear does not disappear overnight. But notice this dash. Fear is no longer in charge. You did not defeat it. You did not argue with it. You simply stopped obeying it. And that is enough. You do not have to promise me that you will never hold on again. I know how easily the habit returns. I am not asking for perfection. I am teaching you a refuge. So when the weight comes back, and sometimes it will dash, you will remember this place. You will remember how it feels to be held, and you will know that you can come back here again and again. You are not weak for needing this. You are not behind for learning it slowly. You are human, and I am patient. As you rest here, I am settling something deep inside you, a quiet assurance that you are not alone in life, a gentle confidence that you do not need to carry tomorrow tonight, a calm knowing that even when you do nothing, you are still loved. Nothing you let go of has left my hands. Nothing you entrusted to me has been forgotten. I am still holding what you released. I will continue to hold it. When you sleep, when you wake, when you forget, when you remember. My care does not depend on your awareness. My presence does not fade when your mind drifts. I am with you in every moment. You are not paying attention. If sleep comes now, let it take you. You do not need to stay awake to keep anything safe. I am awake. If you remain half aware, that is okay too. Just stay soft. Let the night hold you. Let your body learn. That rest is not dangerous. Let your heart learn. That being held is enough. You are not irresponsible for resting. You are responding to love. There will be a morning, and when it comes, you will not wake up alone. You will not wake up to chaos because you rested. You will wake up with me still near, just as I am now. Nothing has changed about my commitment to you. Nothing has loosened my grip on your life. If anything, you have stepped closer into my care. So rest now. You have done enough. You have carried enough. You have held on long enough. Tonight, you are safe without holding everything. And I am here. I will stay.